Hi, I'm Niall from GulfStream Boat Sales. Today I want to show you around a Mariah SX22 bow rider. It was built in 2008, first sold in April 2008. It's a two-owner from new example. It has less than 100 hours on the clock, so around about 95 hours on the clock. It's got a 4.3 litre MPI fuel injected stern drive with a Corsa exhaust system. It is a fantastic boat, great water sports platform. Performance is outstanding. The noise with the Corsa exhaust is unreal, and it's a really striking looking boat in the black and white gel coat with the wakeboard tower and everything on it. It's a fabulous boat. If you've been keeping your eye on our website, you may recognise this boat from earlier in the season. I sold the boat to the current owner in April of this year, 2014. He's had a great season with it, and he is upgrading again. He wants to sell it so he can move up to a bigger boat again. So what I'm going to do right now is just quickly walk you around the boat. It has, if anything, it's better condition than it was whenever it left here in April of this year. The current owner is a supremely fussy guy, and there was a couple of minor little things with the boat. He's had them all taken care of, so he put a new trim gauge into it. There's a couple of little bits and pieces with the covers that were tidied up, and basically the thing is, he looks after all his stuff like a baby really. His cars are the same. So if anything, the boat's in better condition than it was in April of this year. It's got a few more hours on it, but it's still fantastic. So what I'm going to do is just have a very quick walk around the boat, just to show you she's still the same as she was in April, and then I'm going to show you the video that I shot in April of this year, because it hasn't changed. All the features and all are obviously still the same. The performance and everything is still the same, and you can watch all the water test footage that we shot then, and just get a better idea of what this boat can do and the condition that she's in. This boat really is virtually like new. So you can see now, so today is the Friday the 3rd of October, and this is just to update you on the sort of shape that the boat's in. Gel coat still pristine, virtually no marks in the hull, really deep shine to the gel. We've given it a polish up, but apart from that, it's had nothing else done. The actual hull bottom as well is still perfect. The current owner, the boat's never been kept in the water throughout its entire life. The current owner kept it on the trailer as well and launched and recovered it. So it's in, I think he had it out maybe 6 or 8 times over the course of the summer. He did some good wakeboard and water skiing and stuff with the kids. Put up a good few hours on it, but it hasn't been, like I said, he's looked after it like a baby. There's no marks or anything. A couple of little small marks on the graphics here. But the rub rail, everything's perfect. All the cleats are all perfect. The swim platform, again, it's immaculate. If you want to look at the stern drive, I mean, you can compare this with the footage we took in April of this year, but it's like brand new. The condition of this boat is literally unreal. And like I said, the current owner, he's kept it that way. See the Corsa, the through-hull exhaust system there? It's absolutely fantastic. One of the things that the owner did say, and I noticed it myself whenever we had the boat out on test, is this thing really does turn heads. He said the current owner boats down in Fermanagh. He said he was taking it through Enniskillen, burbling underneath the bridge in the middle of the town with the exhaust open. He says the number of people, it attracts a serious amount of attention. This boat is not for Shire and Tyrant types, but I think it sounds awesome. Coming up along the starboard side, then again, you can see it's still pristine. This side is completely unmarked, not a single scratch on it, both above and below the rub rail. The trailer's still in immaculate condition as well. I collected the boat from the owner's home a couple of weeks ago. I towed it probably about 50 miles up the road. The brakes and everything are working on it. Tailboards, all the lights are working on it. It tows like a dream. And you can see, there's not even any, well, there's one little scuff in the gel here. I think that was in it before, in April. But I mean, you have to be right up beside it to see that. So yeah, the exterior is still immaculate. I'm going to jump inside and very quickly show you the interior as well before I show you all the footage we took in April. As you can see then, the interior of the boat is still just like she was in April as well. It's in immaculate condition. The upholstery is completely unmarked. Carpets and everything are in really good shape. The boat's got a full fiberglass liner, all the windscreen, the wakeboard tower, the mirror, the covers, all in great shape. Like I said, the owner did change the trim gauge. It was the only gauge that wasn't working on the boat. That's been replaced and it's now fully operational, and it's just like it was in April. The boat attracted really strong interest whenever we did advertise it in April. I think there was a couple of people interested in it at the same time. It sold within about 2 or 3 weeks, just because it's so much boat for the money as well. It's very beamy boat. There's loads of room in here. You know, it'll easily accommodate 7 adults or something. It's rated to carry up to 9 people. There's bags of room for, you know, up to sort of 7. It's a really spacious bow as well, and because it's that, you know, 22 feet long, it's a good length. It can handle a bit of choppy water as well. So that, combined with the performance from the engine, the Corsa exhaust system, which just sounds unreal, and the striking looks, makes it a really desirable package. It's also got a really good solid history with just the 2 owners from new. We have the original VAT invoice, CE certified. It's on a UK trailer. It just ticks all the boxes, so we're expecting there to be strong interest again this time around too. The final thing I'm going to show you before I let you watch the full detailed video where I go through everything in more detail is just the engine bay. You can see how clean that is at the moment as well. Access is just lifting the seat back in the sun pad there, and as you can see, the engine bay is still pristine. Absolutely immaculate. There's not a single spot of oil or grease or anything in there in the floor of the bilge. No corrosion. Engine running really good, and you can see the switchable Corsa exhaust system back here that gives the boat that awesome sound. So yeah, as you can see, is a really top quality boat in very, very nice condition indeed. I'll show you. You can watch the full rest of the tour now at the moment. The boat's never been kept on the water. It's always been launched and recovered off the trailer. And with such low hours, I mean, it could only have been used maybe a dozen times over the course of its life. So, taking a look at the hull bottom, it's still the original gel coat finish. The shine on the hull bottom below the waterline is just as good as above the waterline. And again, you know, it just looks like a showroom boat. This Mariah SX22 comes with virtually every factory option that you could get. It's had only 1 owner from new. It was obviously really well spec'd whenever it was first sold. It's a UK boat as well. It was sold by a UK dealer, so it's properly CE certified. The VAT's been paid on it. All the paperwork's there to prove all that. And it's just all around, and you know, fantastic boat with a really solid history. To give you an idea of some of the upgrades that the boat has, it's got these pop-up seats. So they really look the part. They're all working really well. It's got sports graphics, upgraded graphics on it, and with a wide colour band. It's fitted with an aftermarket wakeboard tower. It has an extended swim platform on the transom. Lots of stainless steel handrails and things and cup holders in there. And then there's a lot of upgrades in terms of the comfort and facilities inside the boat as well. But taking a look here at the transom, so we've got this extended swim platform, which means that with the integrated one in the back of the boat, you've got a full sort of 3 feet deep swim platform area, which is great if you're swimming off the boat or if you're doing water sports. Obviously the boat's really well set up for water sports, pulling skiers and water toys and things. So you've got a really good area for getting in and out of the water, getting chains and getting skis and wakeboards on before you jump in. We've got this folding 3-step stainless steel boarding ladder. It stores under here. We've also got a little stainless steel handrail, so you can pull yourself up whenever you're getting out of the water. We've got another stainless steel handrail up on the transom as well. We've got these chrome engine room vents, really set off the look of the boat at the back. And then we've got this center ski tow point as well, so you can pull skiers from there. If you're pulling wakeboarders and things, you can use the tower. The boat's fitted with a 4.3 litre MPI Mercruiser engine. It makes 220 horsepower. It's fuel injected, turnkey start. It gives the boat a really good turn of speed, and it's matched up to this Alpha 1 drive leg. Now this leg looks like brand new. The condition of it is absolutely perfect. All the seals are in really good shape. The rubber bellows are perfect as well. The propeller is totally unmarked, and like the anodes don't even have any. You know, the anodes are still 100% their original size. The drive just looks like new. Mechanically, the boat's perfect. The engine looks the same. Now, there's one thing I want to point out down here are these Corsa performance exhaust outlets. So the boat's fitted with a switchable exhaust system, which means that you can either have the exhaust running out through the hull or out through the stern drive leg. And whenever it's going through the hull, the main advantage is it makes a lot of noise. So, you know, you turn heads cruising past the marina, but it also, there's supposed to be a bit of a performance benefit with it as well. So it's a really nice feature to have. You very rarely see it on boats on this side of the Atlantic. It's a popular accessory in the US, but yeah, it's a good system and something a little bit different. Another cool feature on the back of this boat is this remote trim switch for trimming the leg up and down, so you don't have to climb up inside the boat to do it. So that's good if you're walking the boat ashore, so you want to put it on a beach. It means you can lift the leg up without having to climb up in the boat. The boat has a full set of camper covers, so we've got the spray hood up in position here now just to show you. But it buttons down on the front of the windscreen. You can put the bow cover on as well at the same time. So if you're out on a bad day or if the weather turns against you, you can just throw up the cover, put the bow cover on the front, and you're totally dry and enclosed in the cockpit. There's also a couple of side curtains and an aft curtain as well, so you can fully enclose the boat. But if it's not, if it's just drizzling or whatever, you just need to throw up the spray hood and you can keep skiing or cruising around. Not all bow riders have these covers. It's a really good thing to have, particularly in this part of the world, and the condition of these ones is very good. All the stitching, the button poppers are all there. Again, like the rest of the boat, it's been very little used. So this is how the camper covers store whenever you're not using them. They fold up into a nice little boot here, and they're well above head height, so they don't really interfere with the movement around the cockpit and stuff. This boat has the upgraded sport seating package. So we've got this nice, we've got a full width sun pad across the back of the cockpit, and then we have this nice molded seat backrest and a wide bench again. So this is easily wide enough for 3 adults or 4 kids across the back of the boat. And then we've got these lovely bucket seats with flip up bolsters for the helmsman and the passenger as well. So they rotate 360 degrees, they're adjustable fore and aft. And the quality of everything in here is really nice. So, nice plush upholstery, the condition of it's very good. We've got snap-in carpets, so they're easy for, you can remove them and hit them with a power washer to clean them. You can also power wash the deck. It's a molded non-skid deck underneath the carpets. The side gunnels are nicely upholstered as well. There's storage in down along both sides of the cockpit. We've also got cup holders down here, and just generally it's a nicely laid out cockpit. The boat's 8 foot 2 inches wide, so you really get a sense of that beam whenever you're sitting inside here. It's a nice spacious cockpit, and there's lots of room for storing your gear in out of the way and stuff. The boat has a nice sporty helm position. So you've got this stainless steel centered rim with leather wrap around it. It's a 5-position tilt steering wheel, and with the bucket seat being fully adjustable fore and aft and for height, it's really easy to get a nice comfortable seating position. Whenever you're sitting down, you get clear visibility through the windscreen, and then if you're coming into dock or if you're towing skiers and things, you can just flip up the bolster, and then you get good visibility over the top of the screen and all the way around the boat as well. So in terms of equipment and things on here, we have a digital depth sounder, again part of the upgrade package that this boat has. We've got an hour meter which shows currently 29.6 hours. Now that hour meter runs whenever the ignition's on, so the actual engine hours will be slightly less than that as well. I'd say probably about 25 hours on the engine. We've got a full range of marine instruments here: fuel gauge, battery volts, speedometer, tacho, oil pressure, engine temperature, and then our trim gauge as well. And then we've got our 12-volt switch panel here as well. So we've got our horn, bilge blower, stereo is mounted in the glove box, but we can turn it on and off from the helm position here, and that's all working. You've got the tower speakers and stuff there as well. We've got navigation lights, we've got court lights, which are these little lights inside the cockpit, give it a nice glow after dark. And then we've got accessories. One of these also does that switchable exhaust system I was telling you about, but whenever we put the boat in the water, I'll switch the exhaust and you can hear, you know, how it sounds. Then we've got a bilge pump there as well. So, I mean, everything is working on the boat. It is just like brand new. It's totally unmarked. The upholstery and everything in here is in really good shape. The throttle lever and everything looks good. All the little decals and stickers. You know, the boat is in fantastic condition all around. We've got a nice comfortable passenger seat. It rotates and things as well, so you can face aft if you're watching a skier or just having a picnic or something on board. We've got a nice big glove box here, which drains overboard. And then we've got this little lockable compartment as well, and that's where the stereo unit lives. And we've got a front load CD player and stuff there as well, and also got a little MP3 player input dock as well. Access out into the bow is through this open and windscreen section, and the passageway here is nice and wide. So again, you notice that the beam, because it's an 8 foot 2 inch wide boat, which is wider than most of your standard bow riders of this size. This doesn't feel like a pinch point or anything. It's nice wide entryway. So we've got seating up here for probably 2 adults or 3 kids. Again, the seat bases are set nice and low, so whenever you're sitting down, you actually do feel like you're inside the boat. Some of these bow riders have a very shallow seating up here, and whenever you're underway, it can be a little bit scary. But this one's, the seats are set nice and low. We've got stainless steel handholds and things in here. The upholstery is really nice. It's in perfect condition. We've got storage underneath each of these 3 seat cushions as well, and there's a couple of cup holders, or stainless steel cup holders, on both the port and starboard side. And then up forward we've got an opening anchor locker. It's carpeted, so the anchor's not going to rattle around inside there. And yeah, just it's a good setup here. And again, all the button poppers for the canvas cover, so you can throw a cover on if you're out on a bad day, and just use up here as like a bit of storage space or whatever. The engine access on the boat is very simple. We just lift this whole seat backrest and sun pad cushion. It's on a couple of gas assist struts, and then we've got really good service access around this engine. So it's a Mercruiser 4.3 litre MPI. It's a V6 motor. It makes 220 horsepower. Because it's the MPI, it's multi-point fuel injection. It means it's turnkey start, really refined running engine. It's also very fuel efficient too. It gives the boat a great, you know, it jumps up on the plane in no time at all. Top speed is around about 45 miles an hour. You can tell looking at the engine, there's no corrosion or anything around it. The condition is very, very good. With only, I'm estimating about 25 hours. I will plug the laptop into the engine as well, and I'll put the runtime report and stuff up on the ads. If you check the pictures at the bottom of the page, you'll see the runtime report for the engine, giving you the run history and the fault history and stuff. But yeah, it's extremely low hours. It's not even running. And you'll notice again the Corsa switchable exhaust system here. So there's a couple of little actuators on the exhaust itself that if you flick the switch on the dash, it redirects the exhaust from the standard route, which is through the propeller and under the water, to the 2 ports on the stern of the boat on the transom that are above the waterline. So it means you get a really raspy exhaust note, and there's supposed to be some performance improvements with it as well. I'm not too sure if that's the case. I think it's more about Americans looking to stand out from the crowd whenever they're blasting around their boats, but it's a really nice thing to have. We've got a battery isolator switch there over on the port side. There's a bit of storage in around it, and then we've also got another storage compartment here on the starboard side, and as well as that, we've got more storage underneath the seat. So you can see the rest of the camper covers in there, also the cover support poles and stuff. And again, you can tell they're in really nice condition. So we just fired the engine up. You can really hear that grunt off it with those Corsa exhausts. So there's no doubt about it. If you're running about in this boat in and around the marina with that Corsa exhaust system engaged, you're definitely going to turn some heads. I think it's a really great thing to have. and we'll open that up in the water as well so you can hear how it sounds when she's on the plane.
way that we shoot these videos is we do all the showroom footage first, whenever we've got the boat nice and clean and polished up, and then we take it to the water afterwards. And usually I don't do anything, there's no footage after we come back from the water, but with this boat I had to make an exception because it's probably put the biggest smile on my face of any boat I've tested in the last year. It is absolutely fantastic. The boat, the performance is unreal, and the noise that the boat makes with that Corsa exhaust is just, it's phenomenal. If you're a bit of a, this boat is definitely not for shy and retiring types, but if you want something that's loud, if you're a bit of a petrol head, if you like turning heads, you're going to be delighted with this boat. We had the biggest crowd we've ever had standing on the banks of the river watching this boat go up and down, just because the sound of it is so amazing, you know. And I might have to eat my words as well about the performance advantage of those Corsa exhaust systems, because I don't know what it was, but any other boat this size with a 4.3 MPI engine does not perform like this. This thing jumps up on the plane, top speed. It was showing in excess of 55 miles an hour on the speedo, which is just amazing for like a 220 horsepower motor that's fuel efficient as well into the bargain. But no, suffice to say, I love this boat. It's fantastic. And if you're a bit of a, like I said, if you're a bit of a petrol head and you want something that's going to turn some heads, you really got to check this thing out. This boat is every bit as good today on the 3rd of October as it was back in April of this year, whenever we first sold it to the current owner. As I said, he's upgrading to something just a little bit bigger. He had a good season with it, and he's asked me to find it a new home. This is an absolutely fabulous boat. It's one of the few boats that genuinely surprised me whenever I first water tested it back in April. The performance is it's just outstanding, and the sound with the Corsa exhaust is it's a really nice thing to have if you're a bit of a petrol head and you like to create a bit of an impression. This is definitely a boat you can do that in. So if you're interested and you want to get in touch, please don't hesitate to drop me an email or give me a call or fill out the callback request form, and I can call you at a time that suits. As I said, the boat's on a double axle UK spec road trailer in fantastic condition. It's really simple for us to put it on a ferry to the UK, to Liverpool or Holyhead, or likewise if you're looking at this and you're based in Europe. I know we got a lot of Belgium and German customers interested in this type of boat. Then we can arrange shipping for you as well at very competitive rates, and it's a very straightforward and easy process. So if you're interested in the boat, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.